Okay, remember, as you're working, always save your work. Now we're going to, we have this element, but I notice some noise. So to reduce noise, we're going on top. We'll again combine all layers and create new. So we'll go with a noise reduction on this. And for this, we're actually going to filter noise, and we're going to add dust and scratches. Okay, on dust and scratches, we'll just take a little bit reduction, not that much, but overall it does preserve edges better than just a blur. We'll go click OK, create a new mask, press Command or Control I to inverse the mask, take our brush 10%, and now if we zoom in, you can see right here we can start painting in to reduce some of this noise. So I don't necessarily want to get closer to the leaves or other things. I don't want to lose them. But overall, by painting in, you can see how we already start reducing some of this noise. Okay, let's go to here. We'll create a bit more and just paint in some of those areas. Mostly on the sky, it's where we see I want to move out. So I'm going to paint right around those areas, maybe even a little bit on the water to smooth a little bit water noise. Again, we don't need it too much, just to touch up so it will look a little bit less grainy for us. Okay, and we're going to I think this is about right here, a little bit spot. We touch up again. Before and after, you can see just a little bit smoothness applied to the sky. Okay, so this is one. The next one is optional, but I want to show you how you can even introduce more paint effect. So same with creating all new effect. We call this oil. Okay, and this is simply just go to filter, stylize, and we use the oil paint. If we look closer, you can see how we introduce some of those oil effect. Okay, and we'll go, actually let's take cleanness all the way maybe to the 10, stylization maybe around 1, I think 0.1. We don't want to have any scale on these bristles because I think we don't need it at this point. And the same as we'll just all the way to the 0. We'll set this way lighting. You can set as angle you want it. Let's go to all the way from the top so it will be symmetrical. But however, we have it lights going from these sides, will kind of supporting. Click OK. And you can see it's add this oil effect. Again, it is very much strong, so we'll create new mask. Command Control I to inverse mask. And now if you need it in some of those areas, like right here, we're looking not as good, we can take white brush 10% and we can actually start brushing in to create a little bit nicer look. So we can go in right here and we'll just fix it some of this. Because in the Vue, and sometimes you can notice these straight lines kind of on our leaves, we can going and add a little bit of them. Again, I not necessarily like how it's worked, but just effect so you can apply of this. Okay, let me just example. We'll destroy mask for now, and we can also just going and take opacity. And you can bring opacity up and down. Again, it is adding this smoothness brush-like effect. And for the painting, it's maybe work if you want to apply this effect. Remember, you always can work with a different, but in my case, I don't necessarily like it. So I'll leave it here as example, but I will disable. I want to keep it like this. Next, last point, we actually come to the end, kind of touching. I want to use it global dodge and burn and also color correction. So the global, what do we create? A new one. Again, we'll fill up with 50% gray. Okay, we'll go switch this to this soft light. We'll take our brush make it a little bit larger size. Okay, well, like right there. And just overall, I just want general make it darker here. This is kind of our view. So we have lighter lights coming right there, a bit darker, encapsulating darker on the sky. This is, if you look, does not affect very much, just general lighting. So we'll have it our lights, how it's going. For example, we can go to the window like this, bring lights straight from here, you know, like almost rays kind of going, but it will provide us more of focusing. So in this case, I'm making my light to go and focus on some element, add deepness to the forest on the back, add some highlights to elements. Okay, the next point, let's go to open add vibrance. And with the vibrance, we can actually increase some of the saturation and vibrance. This is, again, it's optional if you want to add a little bit more painty-like. You can also do with saturation, but it's become too artificial. So usually I just use the vibrance, at saturation, leave it on 0. And with the vibrance, we can add a little bit more. So we'll just need to bring a little bit up to bring those nice vibrant colors. Next, we'll go to create a new curve. And this will be our color adjustment curve, because we're going to select blend mode to color. And we'll select blue. And we'll take bottom of the blue channel, bring up. This is make our darker shadowing a little bit more blue cold, and we'll bring this to make it warmer. So again, we don't need necessarily to do that strong, but just case. And we'll go with the red color. Same, we'll just bring to cyan and restore our red line. So overall, if you look what we did, it's creating the shadows, bring them colder, and the highlights make warmer. So in this case, we have this kind of more cinematic type effect, kind of interesting play on the colors, and I do like this. Okay, there also one thing what it does, create a little bit darker. For this one, we'll go add another curve, and we'll switch this to a luminosity type of the curves by changing the blend mode to the luminosity right here. And we'll take also now on luminosity channel, we can bring a little bit up. So we'll leave the black up, but we'll take overall, just bring slightly up, maybe on the lower mid range. We can increase contrast, you can play with this, but I don't want to increase too much, just a little bit, slightly, so we don't lose too much details. Maybe around there. Okay, right here, you can see we just brighten up a little bit. Again, it's up to your creative point, but you can do this way. With coloring, same things. If it's too strong, remember you can always readjust, or you can just change blend mode, put right here. One more thing I want to do on the top, we'll go to add another curve, and we'll call it frame. Okay, like right here. We take the top one and we'll bring all the way down. It's create kind of look like black. Then we'll take select tool and creating this border with, you can see like around, not all the way to the edges, and we'll go fill up the inside with a black color. So it is, you can see, create almost like a frame look alike. So now what we need to do is going inside the mask for this and take out of feathering. Just leave it out. Switch mode to the soft light, and we have a beautiful vignetting going around. Overall, if you wanted, you can have vignetting or not. On my opinion, it just bring a little bit more focus to the middle, and I don't want to do all the way, just a little bit. I think in this point, we can look right here. Let's go to combine. Okay. We'll even can move oil inside. We'll call this post-processing. And here's our image before and after. So before, you can see some elements that we modified, and after post-processing, just enhance image. So it still be out of Vue, still look a very nice, very good image with preset what we done before. With the post-processing, we just enhance some of this element, introducing kind of more on a painting type image. So thank you for watching this tutorial, and please remember to check us for more new tutorials coming from Geekatplay Studio.